Hello, hello. So this is a call for an uprising. This is a call for uprising. So let's talk about this channel. Does everybody know about this YouTube channel, A Call for an Uprising? This guy who does this channel does an excellent job exposing the Satanism people who run this country. He exposes Hollywood, he exposes the politicians, he exposes the athletes, all right? He exposes the people behind the scenes. Okay? So if nobody's subscribed to A Call for an Uprising, go up there and subscribe to A Call for an Uprising. Okay? All right? This is a call for an uprising, okay, people? Targeted. I'm being targeted, and they want me to keep my mouth shut. They don't want me saying what I'm saying. All right? They don't want me doing what I'm doing. All right? The man, let's just call it how it is. Satan is in control of these people. Okay? Satan they have blinders over their eyes. Right? And they think they're operating the way they should be operating. Meanwhile, they are workers of iniquity. This is a call for an uprising to every single person to stand upon the word of God. I'm calling everybody to come to Watertown. Okay? All right? They need to know BQ is bad for you. All right? And they need to know I'm not the only one telling them earth is indeed flat and motionless. All right? God separated the water from the water. Now listen, people, all you people in this city, listen to me right now. You're absolutely right. I'm the only one so far in the city that's telling you this, right? But I'm 100% correct. So yes, I know something that you guys don't know. That's right. I know that fighting for the truth, which made you horrible people for fighting for the truth. What's left my generation with a mess. You understand that? When I went to school, they taught me evolution. They taught me space. They taught me a bunch of fake science, a bunch of fake history. Meanwhile, you guys didn't do anything about it. Nothing. Decade after decade, if you go back through history, you will see people trying to tell people that NASA's fake. Okay? It started with the fakes, people. Well, even started before that when they started saying that there is space. They started to try to propagate space as far as I found from early 1900s. Maybe even a little before that when I started seeing like Universal, they use CGI animation is what you people are doing. Okay, that's what you believe. You're believing cartoons, people. All right, and guess what? Yes, I know something you don't know. How hard? Why is it so hard? Doesn't God say that He's going to use the least of the least? All right. Listen, this little bit of nugget of knowledge of the shape of the earth is such a simple thing, but yet 2020, it takes a revolutionary act to speak the truth. Okay? George Orwell said, in the time of universal, telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act. You're worried that I'm trying to call people for an uprising? That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm calling for an uprising to stand for the word of God. All right? You people are under Satan's control. Don't even know it. The schools are teaching, you know what they're teaching people. It's even worse now that I haven't been there such long. But guess what? Here's another thing. I'm going to start making my videos for the high school kids and all the other kids in school. So that's cool. All right. I want all the kids in Watertown and all the nation to walk out of school. Don't go there. Don't go there. It's dangerous. School is the most dangerous place anybody could be. Do not be in the midst of the devil's playground, people. Schools are the devil's playground. All right? If you got your kids in school, get them out. You got your kids in school Saturday, but come Monday, don't send them. All right? Don't be sending your kids to school. Matthew, what's up, Matthew? Matthew 24, what's up, brother? How you doing, brother? Makes me wonder what that verse says. I'm going to look up your name. It's probably why you want people too, right? You got a name like that, you definitely want people to look up what you're talking about. Let's see, it's Matthew 24. Destruction of the temple foretold. And we're going to read 24, 13, and 14. Let's see. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved, and then the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end. In case, let me read this again. That's a great name, Matthew. I love you got that name. He said, but he shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for all nations, and then shall the end come. Wow. Good morning, Charity. I'm going to have an uprising. Well, guess what? This is a call for an uprising. If anybody who doesn't know this YouTube channel, go subscribe to him. And if anybody knows him, tell him to promote my channel because I need more subscribers. So, let me talk about a call for an uprising for a minute. This guy exposes everyone, okay? He exposes the politicians and how they're part of the Masons and the Illuminati. And he exposes the ceremonies and sacrifices and blood rituals, human sacrifices where they eat children. You understand that? They really drink human blood and they eat human flesh. They absolutely do. Okay, you don't believe me? Go and watch this guy's channel. Go watch everything he's talking about. He's 100% on point. 100%. 100%. 100%. The man who runs that channel knows what he's talking about because he's exposing the evil deeds. Now, you're in the city and you're running, I'm not part of Satan. I'm not part of Satanism. You believe in a spinning ball earth? Satanism. You go to church on Sundays? That's sun worship. Okay? Everything's about worship. You think you're spinning around the sun right now? All Mason lodges, listen to this. Listen to this, Watertown. All Mason lodges face for the rising sun because they believe that the rising sun is Lucifer, the light bearer. Okay? It's all about sun worship, people. And you don't even know about it. They got you to take God out of school. They got you to take God out of government. And they replace Satanism. And they're calling it science. Real science must be observable, testable, and repeatable. Not a bunch of cartoons that you have to listen. People say, oh, here's the speed of Watertown. Because I've been calling around asking. If you're just giving me the math equations, distances and the latitudes and longitudes to get the calculations of the speed, that's not what I'm looking for. I want the actual experiment that I can do. I don't want to be lost. Listen, I'm not trying to sit there on paper and do a bunch of numbers. I want to have these shows and nobody can show me. All they can do is just throw a bunch of numbers at me. I want the experiment. Science must be observable. It must be observable, must be testable. All right? It has to be repeatable. You can make numbers say what people. I want the actual test. Now listen, I know you can't. There is no motion of the earth. Watertown ain't moving. All right. Okay. The only time is an earthquake. Now, I've been on a rant here, and I don't know if I said hi to Charity this morning, but hi, Charity. So they're worried that I'm calling for an uprising and I want people to come to Watertown. Absolutely. I want my family. All right. DJ Black. He says, "Don't be mad, Donnie." I'm fired up, brother. DJ Black, I'm fired up. I'm just being harassed because the cops keep telling me that I got to keep my mouth shut. All right. They keep telling me I got to, okay. All right. Right. That's what they're telling me. And I'm not gonna. If anything, I'm gonna go harder. I'm gonna go harder in the paint. I'm gonna make more videos. I'm gonna, you tell me, bring it down. I'm stepping it up. All right. So I want everybody, if you don't know who this channel is, A Call for an Uprising. So the city of Watertown, this is what I want you to do. You want to know why I keep calling you guys Satanism and the schools are teach Satanism, and you're wondering why I'm saying that everything Satan has taken over? All right, go channel, go watch this guy's videos. Go watch this guy's videos. All right, City of Watertown. Why I keep saying that you guys are involved in Satanism in the schools and governments and the media and the LGBTQ is part of Satanism, okay? And why NASA is part of Satanism, okay? And why Donald Trump is Satan, and how the schools are part. Everybody, listen. You want to know why I'm telling you this? Now, I already knew this before this guy had his channel. I only been known with this guy's channel for a few months. All right. Maybe 6 months I've known about this guy's channel. All right. But I already know. Listen, immediately when I found out the truth, I learned 10,000 new things in 3 days. In 3 days, I learned 10,000 new things. I learned all about how the satanic rituals at the Super Bowl, during halftime, with all these musicians. He exposes all the rituals, all the signs and symbols, the 666, the triangles, all right? The Illuminati, the Masons, the Skull and Bones, Moloch, all right? Look at the back of a dollar bill, all right? Look at the back of a dollar bill. I mean, it's got the pyramid with the all-seeing eye. Do you understand that, Watertown? So I love this guy's channel. This guy, you know what? If anyone knows this guy, if anybody knows him, can you ask him to give me a shout out on my channel? Can you ask him to promote my channel to the community? Because I've been an uprising way before. Now that his channel's called that, I feel like, I hope you don't mind that I say that, because I've been saying that long before I found this guy's. No, it's a great name. That's what. And I started watching his videos. This guy's on point, man. This brings all the Satanism out to the light and who's all involved with it, and how you people who are at the city level, you're involved in it, but you have no idea. Okay? And I'm trying to get you to come out of the Satanism and into the light of Jesus Christ. All right? You guys are with Jesus Christ right now. All right? You probably think that Jesus Christ is white or something like that. All right? Think about the Middle East, who is white. Doesn't make no sense, does it? That don't make no sense. All right? How about this? Do you guys even know God's name in Hebrew? How it's pronounced? Yahuwah. Yeshua. How come I didn't learn that in the church? How come I never learned God's name in all these churches that I went to all these years? I never found out God's name and the Son of God's name until 3 years ago. That's the most important thing I found is God's actual name and not some translation into English version of his name. I think it's very important to know how to pronounce God's name. And I just found out 3 years ago how to do that. And all these churches around here never taught me God's name. They've always given me the English version of his name, which, okay, for the English speaking people, sure. But you know what? At least his name. That's like the most important thing I found out was the name of God and his son Yeshua. How you actually pronounce his name. You know what I mean? Over in down in Mexico, all right, Cristobal. Cristobal means Christopher, right? Now, this guy's name is Cristobal, all right? Years go by, people call him Christopher. I think I would want to learn how to the guy's name, how they called him when he was on the earth. I think it's important to know um, English is not a good language. I believe English is definitely a slave language. I need to take Hebrew classes. I need to learn Hebrew. I need to learn Hebrew because this English language is a slave language. This English language, it hides things, it covers up things, and it's not that way in Hebrew. Because I've studied Hebrew. I've been studying Hebrew at least a few years. I can recognize characters and stuff, and I can recognize God's name now. I know what written in Hebrew is now. How come I was never taught that before? Okay. Think about this out there. This is how I know you're involved in Satanism. All right. You don't even know God's name, how it's pronounced. That was one of the best things I found out. And the 10,000 things I learned out in 3 days, the best thing I learned was God's name. All right. So this is why we need he avoids the flat earth. He can't avoid the flat earth because he talks about NASA. You know what? I might have to look into that. I could have sworn he talks about the flat earth. But either way, he exposes Satanism. What's great about his channel is how he exposes the Illuminati, he exposes the Freemasons, he exposes all the actors and actresses and all of Hollywood. He exposes all of politicians. And he shows the rituals. He shows the blood oaths, the blood sacrifices they do. Listen, Watertown City Council, Watertown detective. You guys, I know you guys watching my videos now. I talked 2 years ago to a guy that said he went to the Watertown Masons Lodge and he drank goat's blood in the upstairs attic, and he said it's creepy up there, and there's these old hand-hewn benches in the top attic part of the Freemason Lodge, and he told me he drank goat's blood doing part of a ritual. Okay? So that activity is going on right here at the Mason Lodge. Satanic rituals. They say, oh, it's closed down. It's closed down. It's a radio show place. Think about this. Why do you think Governor Cuomo, every time he comes to Watertown, that's where he does his thing? When everybody, Governor Cuomo's coming to Watertown. Oh, where's he going? Oh, he's at the Mason Lodge? He's over at the Mason Lodge? Out of all the places, right? Out of all the places in Watertown, that would be like the worst venue host the governor, don't you think? Why didn't we have that at the arena where you could pack in several thousand people? But instead, you take them to a building that looks like it's about to fall over. All right. The outside of that building looks like it's about to fall. I'm glad. I hope it does fall over. All right. And that's where he comes to talk, to watch people. Every time Governor Cuomo comes to Watertown, where does he go? Right over to the Mason Lodge. I'm pretty sure we got some Masons on this. We might got Masons involved here in the city, controlling things. Be quiet. It ain't gonna happen. This is a call for an uprising. All right. The works of Satan. Right. You guys are parts of works of Satan. All right. You don't even know it. You guys don't even know it. The city of Watertown. You know what? I'm disgusting in my police force is only there's only one man. There's only one man on our police force. All right. That has any hope. Only one. I wish I could mention his name, but he doesn't want to come out of the flat earth closet yet. He doesn't want to come out and publicly yet. So I don't want to ruin it for him, but I'm still going to talk about him. Because I think having somebody who knows the truth of that we're being lied to on the police force, that can only benefit me. Because what happens is the cop, I seen that cop witness to his sergeant and partner about the truth when they questioned me the other day. I'm sitting there watching. This is so funny. Because you know how the cops 2 by 2 and they're looking at you, you got 2 on 1, right? And as soon as he started talking about flat earth, he comes up and stands on my side facing the one officer. And the one officer goes, "Hey, what are you doing? You're taking his side." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're taking his." He's like, "Yeah." And he started telling them about how when airplanes fly, they look like they're going down, but they're not. It's only because they're just going out of, all right, to a vanishing point. So he starts talking. I'm like, loving it. And then his sergeant gets there. He starts witnessing to him too about it. So I like that guy. I like that officer. I'm so happy that I met that guy because I heard about him back in June. So Detective Donahue told me about you back and mention your name though. He never told me your name, but he did mention you, and it perked my curiosity right away. I was like, wow. And then there was another officer. I'm not going to mention his name either, but he told me your name about 3 months ago, maybe. I finally learned your name, but then I didn't know who it was though. So I know there's a officer who knows about the CGI animation fake spin, and now I found his name out, and I've been waiting to hopefully meet the guy, and I finally got to meet him. So I'm glad I got to meet you. If you're watching my videos, I'm glad I got to meet you, and hope I get to talk to you again. But when you're not working, come talk to me, okay? All right? When you're not working, all right? I'm a little sketchy around people with guns, all right? I don't like cops because you're running around with a gun on your hip. You're like a cowboy, and you're ready to just shoot anything that flinches. So, anyway, so this is a call for an uprising. This is a call for an uprising. So, Watertown, what I'm doing, I'm trying to call the millions of biblical flat earthers to Watertown. That's what I'm, because I know that I'm the worst qualified person to be representing God. All right. I got a certain type of personality that people think's pretty offensive. So me calling all these people up here, there's going to be people with gentler spirits than me. All right. You know, they're going to talk to you. All right. They ain't going to swear. All right. They're not going to be criminals like be a criminal like me where I'm a felon. Okay. You know, I mean, these are respectable people from all over this nation, doctors, engineers. All right. Little people, nobodies like me. I'm just a Navy vet. That's probably, I'm a Navy vet. So I can say that at least, right? All right. I'm a veteran. All right. We got all sorts of people in our community. All right. From the highest to the lowest. All right. But personality is clear that you guys hate me, but I don't have a problem telling you guys how it is. Okay. Because nobody told you how it is to mess around. All right. Your parents, think about this now. Your parents are to blame. Why? They allowed them to take God school and God out of government. All right. And then who's else to blame too now? Your generation is to blame also, because why? Nothing about it. Okay. Now my generation comes along and I didn't know nothing about it, right? I think the government's telling me everything is true, believing what they're telling me, and come find out it's all a bunch of bullshit. So I'm like, no, I'm standing up. That, and you may think I'm delusional. That guy can't believe he believes the earth is flat. The earth is flat. Yeah. The overall plane of earth. Plane. Yeah, it's got mountains and valleys. Sea level. It's horizontal. All right. I mean, come on, people. So this is a call for an uprising. And I want millions. I want the whole community to come to Watertown. The whole, in the name of the Lord. I mean, really, I don't. All right. If you don't call for the name of the Lord, what are you doing? But this is for people who call upon God. Okay. The Most High. All right. See, my God sits right above us in his throne that's on top of the firmament. It's before him as a sea of glass. And he looks down from his throne and we're grasshoppers unto him. We're so tiny compared to God's glory. Okay. God's throne is truly right above the North Star. Okay. That's where the seat of the throne of God is. Okay. It's right above the North Star. Okay. So the stars, city of Watertown, is not millions and millions and millions of light years away. It's not. Now, city of Watertown, listen to this. Wiley School. Let's talk about Wiley School for a minute. Ooh, Wiley School. Wiley School has a planetarium, right? So, what is a planetarium? You sit motionless on the floor while the sun, moon, and stars move around the North Star above your head, and you sit motionless on the floor. So that shows, planetariums show actual science. Okay? Planetariums show that you sit motionless on the floor and everything moves. Hello? The planetarium wouldn't work correctly if it built that to the firmament dome. The dome, the firmament, hello? Listen, you got mad at me for calling you stupid and idiot? That's because you are ignorant. You just don't know what I know. Because why? You don't ask God for wisdom. You wonder, how can Lee say he knows all this stuff more than everybody in this city? How can Donnie Lee have the most wisdom of everybody in this city? Out of anybody in this city, how can Donnie have the most wisdom? You're probably what? This guy's saying he's smarter than everybody. I asked God for wisdom and he showed me. That's all I'm saying. Okay? And yes, nana boo boo, stick your head in doo doo. I know the earth is you don't. Ha 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 ha. All right? I have to revert to being a kid again. All right? To find joy in life. All right? I found out about the true shape of the earth. Everything became new again. Everything became left to explore. Because I found out all those were lies and all direction to keep me away from God. And guess what, everybody? God's truly right above us. All right, you heliocentric people who believe in space and your LGBTQ, God is truly right above us. That's why, people go, oh, God's right there, right? Oh, love you, God. And everybody points up because he's literally right there. Literally right there. Literally right there. And if you don't believe me, the government knows all about the firmament. They blasted nukes at the firmament dome trying to bust through it. All right? You guys just don't, you're ignorant. Okay? Now, you guys are unaware of the truth. And yes, I'm trying to share my wisdom with you guys. That you guys are going to hell, which you are. Yeah. So this is a call for an uprising, a call for an uprising. This is a call for everybody. For you, for everybody. Detective, the city police, you need to take what I'm saying seriously and research what I'm telling you. Schools, our media, our government, and that has pulled the wall over everybody's eyes. All right, you got all these teachers at the school and all these professionals at the college teaching CGI animation as if it's truth, and they're giving you a bunch of numbers and formulas that lead nowhere. Okay, science, observable, testable, repeatable, actual experiments, not numbers on paper. All right, you have to have the actual experiment to get the numbers. So how can I tell if these numbers are correct if I can't do the experiment? The experiment must be done first. The earth is motionless. I mean, I've tested it. Just like this. Yep, I don't feel it. Nope, I don't feel it moving. I'm pretty aware of my surroundings. I can tell if I'm moving or not. Can you guys or not? Yeah, especially at the 4 speeds. Here's city of Watertown. You don't even know the 4 speeds I'm talking about that they claim the earth moves. The speeds. So anyway, we're going to read some of these comments. Wow, he's out in Montana. All right, I got Montana. I've been through Montana. I've been through Butte. On my way to Washington. Back again, coming back from Washington. Yeah, I've been through Butte. Montana's beautiful. Montana was the first time I've ever seen the Rocky Mountains when I was 19. When I was 19, and after I was done with my school in Pensacola, I had to go to my base, and I drove. And Montana was my first experience with the Rocky Mountains, and I tell you what, I was in awe. I was in awe looking at those Rocky Mountains for the first time when I was 19. I had me a Chevy S10, 5 speed, right? Extended cab, 2-wheel drive. Packed up everything from I had. I drove all the way to New York for 2 weeks for leave, and then I gave myself 3 days to drive from Watertown to the Puget Sound to Whidbey Island, Washington. And I tell you what, man, I was putting in 17-hour days, and I should have gave myself more. But I made it in time. I made it across the country in 3 days. But nowadays, when I travel across the country, man, when I be traveling, I'll drive for like 10 hours. And that's it. I'll drive for like 10 hours, and then I'm sleeping. I'm taking my time. Like before, I would just drive as many hours and miles as I could. No, I take my time. I'll stop at this exit. I'll stop at the next exit. I'll stop and make a picture. You know what I mean? Like I take my time now. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So what's going on out there with everybody? Anybody coming to Watertown? I want to listen. Come up in May. I mean, you want to come up right now? Sure, but I mean, it's really cold still. But anyway, this is a call for an uprising. All right, I want people to start on. I need people to come here and help me work on the things I'm working on. All right, all right, and let's not forget about having fun with it. Let's not forget. Charity asked how big Watertown. Watertown is just large enough to be called a city. We are just large enough, but overall, it's pretty small. You can go ahead, look up Watertown. Here, I'll show you a couple pictures of Watertown. Watertown, New York. It's well, yeah, we're bigger than a town. It's a city, but we're just large enough to be called a city. So, aerial photos of Watertown, New York. Aerial photos of Watertown, New York.
Here are some pictures that match.
This is another, but that's our downtown. That's our square. All right, old town. Now that's that clock tower that I was telling everybody about. That's a church. There's a big bend back there. See if I can find a better picture. Oh, the pictures suck. And here's another picture showing our city. So if I want to know what my logo is, my picture on my ID, it's the fountain at nighttime. That's our fountain downtown, and it's on it, and it changes colors. So my logo is this fountain right downtown on our square, but it's at nighttime and it was lit up purple because it changes colors. And I took a picture of it where it was purple. Well, I took all the colors, but I like the purple one. This is our downtown, and I live right close to downtown. All right, I don't live very far from here. I only live about a 3-minute walk from right here. I don't live that far away. Maybe 5 minutes because if you got to cross the street and wait for traffic. Well, yeah, it's a fairly good sized town, but we're just over, well, the whole aerial of it. If you guys can see that. I mean, it ends a little bit farther this way, but I mean, it's overall pretty small. I think we got maybe 40,000 people that live in our city. You know, maybe 40,000 people that live here. We're in the foothills of the Adirondacks. We got a lot of hills here. So it's very hilly here where I'm at. Turn into the mountains. They turn. You guys heard of the Adirondack Mountains? Have you guys heard about the Adirondack? Um, we're in the foothills of the Adirondacks here. From the lake, it starts to become hilly, and then it turns into mountains. You guys probably heard of the Adirondacks. That's you guys probably heard of that name, right? Everybody knows about the Appalachians, all right? In New York, we got the Adirondacks. Hmm. So anyway, guys, yeah. So Jeremiah says he's got some stuff to take care of. Yeah, I understand. I was on after I got released. I was on probation for 4 years. Yeah, for 4 years. But my guy let me travel. My guy let me travel wherever I went to. Now, did I ask permission? No. This is what he said. He said, "Yeah, I can leave, but just let him know." I never let him in, knowing that he already told me I could go. But whatever. But anyway, yeah, take care of your legal stuff. Yeah, it's a small. It's like the perfect size for a city. I don't live in any city larger than this. All right. I wouldn't. I don't like living. Listen, this city's too much issues. All right, this is a small one. All right. So anyway, guys, this is a call for an uprising. I want everybody to come to Watertown, and we got to work on kingdom work. All right, we got to fight the good fight. So that's what we're going to talk about. Thanks for coming by.